Now we're live. Yeah.
We're live, and
Yeah.
we are live just a little before, as you hoped, Emma. So it's great to see. It's great to see good people. Antti, I will be speaking a little bit about Helsinki when it's my turn to talk today. Welcome everyone. This is Data Misaligned, sending live from at least two continents. This time only two continents, but very international still. Emma, do you want to share a little bit about what you've been doing this week?
Yeah, sure. So I'm in Dublin, which is why the background here looks different. Next week, maybe I'll take you on a tour of all my Lego that I have in my Dublin place. But anyway, I was on Analyst Roadshow this week. So we were briefing analysts across various analyst firms on what it is we're doing, our point of view on what's happening within the market, and getting their point of view on some things. So for instance, what we've seen become a massive topic of interest in our database customer base is data sovereignty, right? And geopolitical climate right now is a lot of countries worrying about their dependency on U.S. technologies and cloud vendors, and then looking at alternatives. So we were asking the analysts whether or not that is something that they're hearing in the market, and because we're speaking to European-based analysts, they are all hearing it, right? So it's something that I've started writing a white paper on that I'm hoping to finish up next week. And then it goes through a process. It'll be like a month before anyone sees it. But I think data sovereignty is an area where our customers outside of the US are really thinking hard about it. So that's an area that we're interested in. But we were talking a lot about, data products and data contracts, this whole idea around well, we're not going to go Actian specific on this, but some of our ideas about materializing data products. And, we got really great feedback on what it is that we're doing. And it's interesting as you're talking to analyst firms, right? Some of them are really specific. Like we spoke to a guy whose focus is policies, right? And it's policy enforcement. And when he looks at the world, it's like, waterfall enforcement of policies versus iterative enforcement. And he just got a whole thing on the real policy walk, right? And then another firm you speak to when they're covering everything from governance to what do they call analytical database solutions through warehousing, cloud solutions, and so on. So like a really broad remit. And then others are providing guidance to their customers on what does their enterprise data architecture look like, and they're kind of looking at this more holistically. So it was interesting to see the different perspectives that the analyst firms take, and then you meet smart people who talk to smart people, right? So it was really engaging conversations over the course of the whole week. But I'm glad to be home. It was a very long week when we did 4 countries in 5 days. Yeah, it's been a long week. Yeah. So you were in Helsinki. How was that?
That was just great. Meeting a lot of my friends from Helsinki. There's a fantastic data and tech scene in Helsinki. They're really, really smart and yeah, just a great crowd. We did an event in partnership with CGI, the consultancy company CGI. I talked about how would my book, the Enterprise Data Catalog, be rewritten if I were to write a second edition of it today. That may be happening soon. Who knows?
And what's the answer to that?
Well, AI is reconfiguring pretty much every single aspect of how you organize and search data in a data catalog or data intelligence platform, right? So what's really interesting is that the data catalog in itself is being augmented with every single aspect of the tedious manual tasks that we're doing is disappearing gradually as AI takes over and helps data stewards, data analysts, data engineers, and data scientists organize the data, describe the data, tag their data, and so forth. And at the same time, every single aspect of searching data is also changing. So instead of knowing complicated keywords and creating long strings to search on difficult topics. You can simply just like write in natural language. So I think AI is doing a lot of good things inside these platforms, and then also on top of the platforms, the data intelligence platforms, they become a source in itself in a larger enterprise-wide search context where chatbots connect to Slack, connect to a data catalog, connects to email, and like can can really like create a very comprehensive search with the data catalog as a very interesting source in the mix that can increase AI precision in agentic architectures, in generative architecture. So this is really a cool aspect. So anyway, back to the event. We had CGI presenting a very nice presentation on metadata and AI and how metadata helps AI get more clarity and structure. Then I did my talk, and then we actually had a customer of ours telling the story of how they implemented their technology. So a really fun and engaging evening in Helsinki. There were a lot of participants, of many of my readers. I was happy to meet many of my readers again. A lot of new people also. So just a wonderful event, basically.
So what's I've never been to Helsinki. What's typical food for a meal at an event like this?
Typical food in Helsinki. I won't say that I'm an expert, but I had dinner with some of my good friends in Helsinki the night before the event, and I had a very nice fish. Uh, yeah, fish balls, but they were very good. Prepared in a I don't know what's the English word for bisque.
Oh,
JGP.
bisque. Yeah,
Bisque.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, that was complicated. No, that was really nice. I don't know what typical Finnish food is, but
Okay, how about
I
drink?
could.
Is there a favorite
Yeah,
cocktail?
they had something. I'm staying at original Sokos Hotel when I'm in Helsinki. That was designed in 1952 by Alvar Aalto for the Olympics, and
Wow.
it's not very expensive, but it just stayed like from 1952. So all
1952.
the
I love
furniture, so
furniture.
fantastic. Yeah, but it's
Gosh.
like this is mid-century, fantastic furniture,
Yeah.
chimneys just next to the elevators where you can sit and talk, and like they're just fantastic. I recommend everyone to stay there, and they have a soft drink. It's not a soft. There is alcohol in it, but it's like a beer called Original, which is a mix of, I believe, vodka and grape juice. I think it is. It's
That's so
very
fun.
nice. Yeah, it's very good. It's very
Vodka
good.
and grape juice does not sound good.
No, it's very nice. It's very
If
nice.
you're gonna drink grape juice, maybe vodka's the way to make it palatable, but it wouldn't be my favorite.
And yeah, so that Helsinki event was really great. I think I've been many times to Helsinki. I love the city. It's a very beautiful city. It's like everything works, and it's just and then obviously the tech scene is very big, and
Yeah,
I will be coming back to Helsinki Data Week this year.
great. So JGP, last week when we spoke, we were both in Texas, but you were heading to day-to-day Texas. So was it really the last one? Is somebody going to pick up the mantle? I mean, what's going to happen there?
It's difficult. It's difficult to say. Mm, it was very emotional. Lynn Bender, which was the founder of the event and Torchberg for a few, quite a few years. It was like almost 20 years. Yeah, is he thinks that the indie conferences are changing, maybe are gone. Okay, and it's the scene has been different and evolving. So he promised that something is coming. And we'll see we'll see what's coming. Right now, there's a few rumors. I'm not in the secrecy, but it was emotional. But anyway, even if it was all that, and even if it was the last one, it was a great conference. I know that Ole wanted to be there, and is it was missed. Everybody was asking me, "Where's Ole?" Like I'm your or something. I don't know what brother or something. Was in Helsinki and he's completely drunk and he missed his plane.
That's a better story than the one I came up with. Okay, I like it.
But
So what were the main topics at Day-to-Day Texas? Anything different from prior years?
Yeah, it's all things data. There's not a specific topic. It's
Well, like, was data sovereignty a bigger issue this year than last?
No, but what changed from last year is last year everybody was kind of oh, AI will take my job. Okay, so that was last year, and I don't know if you remember that all, but it was really like in the town hall. It was like the first day finishes by a town hall which is kind of moderated by Joris and Matt. And the thing is, it's a great thing. It's a great way to get the temperature from people and what's on their mind and things like that. So remember, it's a lot of practitioners. So practitioners and their probably not. Okay. And unfortunately this year, the weather in Austin, was really bad. So quite a few people that were planning on coming did not come, and from all over. So you would say that people that have already booked from Sydney or whatever, they would not be affected, but all over people were affected by the weather, and people were. So there's always good things and bad things. Okay, like you're stuck in the hotel because it takes place in a hotel. So it's good because they have a decent bar, so you can have a lot of discussions in the bar, redoing the world. But sovereignty was not a big topic. It's so. A lot of people were really last year were really concerned about losing the job to AI. The keynote we had by Patrick McLaughlin, if I'm not mistaken in his name, was really about how you're upskilling your way through AI. Right. The thing is, and he looked at the evolution. It's funny because he looked at the evolution of automation over time. And it really reminds me of the TEDx talk I gave 10 years ago, but not shameless plug. But it was really, like these steps where there's a breakthrough or there's a major change, and then people are scared at first. Okay, like robots getting in car factories and things like that. Okay, so people are scared, but then they adapt and they evolve. So is it always smooth and tranquil? And probably not. Okay, and I think that's the same thing with AI. You've got to upskill and to adopt it. And is it scary at first? Yeah, definitely. Okay, so let's be honest. Nobody like to be displaced. Nobody loves changes. Okay, so there's a lot of that. So this year there was not, as I say, there was not a theme. There was a lot of discussion around general things. Okay, like being better at what we are doing. There was an animated debate about semantic layer, where some people are not believing in it, and some people are.
What?
Yeah, I know. Oh, crazy.
No. Heresy, I say. How can you not believe in a semantic layer?
Well, there was, something. Well, I'm not.
In an AI world, I guess if we say, semantic layer is dead, right? Context is not a thing, then AI fails. And then they all get to keep their jobs.
Well,
but seriously, how do you not believe in a semantic layer?
Well, so it was well, it's always the same thing. You announce something, and then people say, "Oh, I've already invested so much time in it that I don't want to, I don't want to lose my investment in it." Okay, so but it was interesting. So kind of the baseline for me, what I got is that when it comes to purely BI, okay, the semantic layer makes sense. Okay, so that kind of the thing that people were kind of chatting about. Okay, so if you have your Looker, if you've got your Tableau, or if you soon you get all the Jasper reports, the semantic layer is becoming essential there. But the thing is, I think our industry is so bad at naming things and renaming things constantly, that people not just lost track. Okay, so I think it's just a dictionary of stuff. Okay, but when you're thinking about this specifically for BI, okay, why not? Okay, but the thing is, um, the discussion could be broader, and I think that data product and data contract should actually wash this thing out. But whatever,
But rather than having the semantics within a layer, then the semantics become embedded within the data contract, right?
The semantic needs to be somewhere. What
Right.
what personally I don't like about the layer is that it's a very centralized thing.
Are you one of these people who don't believe in the semantic layer? I'm
Well,
telling you.
yeah,
Tell
I know. I've just lost my job.
Like some people were saying, how about ontologies? Are ontologies dead? A thing of the past?
Well, the zombies now
Oh.
coming back.
Oh no, you've got something to say. Come on. You can't be mute on this.
I I have something to say here. I have a lot to say.
Yay!
But
Come on. Let's hear it.
uh,
Right.
okay. So first of all, Emma, I will have to disappoint you a little bit. I think I'm on ChatGPT
You
side.
don't believe in semantic layers either.
Well, I don't think there is a like if you're a real data geek, of course you get into the weeds, right? But I think the semantic layer as a functional entity to serve BI is a thing. Obviously it is. That is how it came into being, and that is the purpose it serves. Now, what I think is a little misleading in that term is that it kind of signals that semantics is stored in a specific layer, which
Right.
I don't which I don't believe in. Like there's semantics in
Correct.
everything, even though it's meaningless. Like the name of a column that's just like XYZ slash 2x4. Like obviously it's meaningless, but it has some kind of semantic meaning somewhere. Someone defined this as something. So everything like it's difficult to extract semantics from any type of data. Any expression contains some kind of semantics, and that's where I become a skeptic in saying we have only semantics in a layer. So I believe in it, but I'm also like, you asked the data geek, so here's the data geek answer, right?
Yeah, no, yeah, okay.
uh,
Yeah, no,
so,
I get
so
it.
that's how I see it. Then I will also disappoint JGP. I need to disappoint everyone today, but I don't think you can. I don't think you can replace what is in a semantic layer with data contracts. Obviously, if you want to modernize um, analytics, then I agree that a move from semantic layer to data contracts is the right way to go. Obviously, but the definition of what we call the semantics, I don't see that as something that can take place in the contract. I know we agree on this, but it's just very nitty gritty. But that needs to be done up front. A data contract, apologies, needs to pull um, business glossary terms, all of the semantics from some kind of centrally managed source, so that the data contracts that we share in an architecture that has been modernized for more modern analytics, they draw on the same definitions from somewhere. So a business
Right.
glossary and the simple simple task of defining your enterprise universe does not go away, and it does not take out the need to have some kind of centralized glossary. So that's how I see it. Like, the data contracts obviously modernize and replace the semantic layer, and what the semantics contain, like what it offers in terms of analytics, like data products shared with data contracts. Obviously, is a way more modern way to share data for analytical use cases outside traditional BI. But the glossary terms themselves, the semantics, the ontologies, all of that needs to stay in some kind of centrally managed repository in order to not lose its meaning. Because if we don't do that, and I will stop preaching very soon, but I am an evangelist. So, but if we don't do that, right, then if we don't do that, then we dissolve a semantic consistency in the enterprise. One contract will have one word
Right.
meaning one thing, another contract will have another word meaning another thing.
Right.
And unfortunately, those words were the same, right? We can't have that. So that's my 2 cents on that.
So I agree with you completely. But you've got to remember one of the features of but
You can't say I agree completely, but right. I agree to a point, but okay, let's get to your butt.
I don't agree with you at all. However,
I'm trying to be polite on a Friday.
no, I think that so one feature we added to ODCS, okay, when the Open Data Contract Standard, was specifically for that, because we saw that there was something missing, okay, and so we have these authoritative definitions, so you can actually link your contract very easily to an authoritative source that is bringing this extra level of information, or this centralized level of information, if you want. Okay, so you don't have to copy paste business definition from for each field. So
no, sure, I agree. Like that.
So
no, that should
not a it's not a super well-known feature, but I think it's worth mentioning that we actually wanted to have this authoritative definition system for that part. And I'm actually pasting it in the chat so that people that even have doubt about it, they can actually check it out.
Oh, cool. Yeah, was that a mic drop? Yeah, but I mean that is super nice. That is super nice to do. I think in much engineering work, we always say data is a second-class citizen, right? It's like some kind of the like exhaust of an engine just working, and like you get data out because that is just what needs to be done in processing business operations, right?
Yeah.
It's not a nice reality, but it often is the reality. I often sense that metadata is like the trash of the trash. Like, it's treated with so much ignorance. It's incredible that we spend so much money on technology, and we treat metadata so carelessly, so extremely carelessly. It's the root cause of so many problems in companies.
I had a few discussions around that at in Austin, because there was always this feeling that application were as a first-class citizen, and data was more like as you said, a second-class citizen. So everybody was looking at application and look at methodologies to build application, how they evolved. Okay, agile, all this thing. So there was a lot of energy and a lot of think power that were going into building apps. Now I think it's actually reversed a little bit, where people are realizing that, okay, apps are kind of almost AI outcomes. So we don't need to have all this energy really on the app, but the data becomes more important. So that's also one thing we had in Austin on the second day. So the first day is traditional conference with talks from people. And on the second day we had workshops. Okay, so that's what Lynn introduced last year, and I had a workshop on trying to define what is AI ready data. Okay, and it was really interesting to see what people were thinking, okay, about that. But it's time for Emma to leave because she will
It
never.
is time. You start talking about Emma's favorite topic, right? AI ready data, right as she's going to leave. We had to hear about all this other stuff, and now we get to my favorite topic. Now I do need to leave, but I'll see you guys in 5 minutes on this other call. But to those who joined us today, thanks so much, and have a great weekend. Cheers.
See you, Emma.
See you, Emma.
So I'm not going to reveal many scoops about what AI ready data is. I'll wait for next week, and we can discuss that with Emma a little bit. But I think a lot of people are actually wondering what AI ready data is, and I don't think there's a definitive answer right now. So
I absolutely agree that there is not a definitive answer. I think we are very far from it, and I think if we so I think that if we only rely on the methodologies of the past, even the close past, I think we are way wrong, because everything we've done with data so far is to serve humans. AI at scale is something very different than humans. We need to take that into account.
yeah, and one thing I discussed with a lot of people was that we were doing AI for a long time. Okay, I remember like in the 2010, 2011 things, and even before, I was doing NLP at scale. I was doing sentiment analysis, and that's already AI. Okay, so I think that just when in 2023, when OpenAI dumped, the ChatGPT bomb, okay, like a mic drop in a way, that changes quite a bit the spectrum, and I think that a lot of people, my analysis, that a lot of people were in after they recovered from the bombs, they were trying to do the same thing at the enterprise level. That was really 24, 25, and I think at the end of 25, people were kind of thinking that, okay, well, it's not as easy as it seems. It's not about just data quality. It's more than that. Data quality is a prerequisite to have. Okay, you need good data. Okay, I remember, in 2023, after ChatGPT, some people said, "Oh, we don't need data anymore. AI is going to do that. We don't need data quality. AI is going to correct the data."
Yeah, I remember.
Kind of the boom, like a little bit like the people saying things about context graph, like what? Okay. Anyway, but right now, I think we are there where we know that it's data quality is a prerequisite. Having good data is a prerequisite. But what else? Okay, what else? Yeah, and this is all this context we're working on. Okay, so is it a semantic layer? Is it something else? Okay, so there's really something we need to work out. And it was a really interesting discussion, and I've got to put my notes together. I've got 2-3 pages of notes, and while I was animating the discussion, so we started a LinkedIn group after to continue the discussion between the people that were there. So hopefully we'll come to something. And the LinkedIn group is supposed to be ephemeral, just to finish the discussion we had. So hopefully we'll find something. And Danielle, no, AI will not come and shovel your front yard, because otherwise it would already have done it in mine, which is a big mess right now with 20 inches of.
Yeah, well, I guess we also need to run to the next meeting, JGP, but this was fun. Always nice to see. Thank you everyone for joining, especially, well, every one of you. There's no special, but it was nice to see some of the Helsinki people joining again. I look forward to seeing you again. But everyone, thank you, and see you next week.
See you next week. Bye bye.
Bye bye.